Big Family versus who am I looking for? Big Family versus Heal versus non-consensual healing. Two, I'd say probably roughly even teams in terms of skill.
Apologies. What was the teams again?
It's non-consensual healing versus the Big Family. We're watching from
Oh, okay,
the
got
point
you.
of view of the big map on the Big Family, and it's so far it's just been kind of a tussle around here, chasing down
Couple
some
of people
kills,
getting.
tossing out that grenade. Not really not anything like the last game we saw. They're just gonna kind of play it safe, keep that D positional advantage, and just kind of
I like how
float
they're
around
opting
this point.
just. I like how they're opting just to keep an obelisk there and saving it for whenever they get an upgrade. Get the focus to upgrade that to a different creature.
So they do have Heal has put an obelisk on C. A curious choice, but why do you think they did this?
Um, honestly, I'm not sure why they did that. It's really questionable on why they would put an obelisk on their own point. Maybe they knew they were going to rotate over fast enough to be able to prevent them from getting any power out of it. That's the only like logical reason I can think of.
That's kind of what I was thinking too. I was thinking they knew it might have got aggressed on really hard at the beginning, and oh, actually no, that was reversed. They put an obelisk on the enemy's point. We got all kind of turned around.
Well, that's
So
unfortunate.
yeah, I promise we're not professionals.
I can agree to this.
But yeah, it
Okay.
looks like a good pull from the Woo on the Beckett, laying out
Is
a
he
lot of damage. Beckett
most
goes down
likely?
to Uncle Robel like on that Zandora. Sven just laying out those flasks wherever he can.
So this is the problem between with Map's group. D is summoned right now. It's ready to get that orb. Looks like the enemy team is going to go against it.
Yeah, and it looks like they're just
They
gonna take it
rotate
out,
that and
grab
just
that
grab.
orb. Mozu couldn't even like rotate over there. Oh, maybe not. They do get a lot of pressure. Probably gonna see a Beckett focus come out here in just a second, or I'm wrong. As usual, that's fine. Uh,
They still get the push though
yeah,
from the Cerberus over on.
60 to 100 power advantage. That's a lot of health. Like that's I think a little more than half or about half of the Guardian's health bar just instantly taken away. Uh,
If they have their ranged if they have their range to it, this could be a good fast enough wound for them. Looks like all of them getting ready to dive in. Beckett's most likely going to
there
focus
we
here.
go.
There it
Yep,
is.
there's the focus. Just drop it right
Gets
on that
one
wound and let it do its work.
gets one kill out of it. Doesn't stop the wound, unfortunately, but they will pick up another kill. This gives them a 10 power lead.
Yeah, picking up those kills after the wound is taken or after the Guardian is recovered is so important because it does give you that incremental advantage. Good
There's
good precision on this Beckett. Like overall, able to land most of the shots.
doing really good. Picked up a 30 lead just off of that one point.
And it looks like Heal is fielding this Amani on Siren Strand. Kind of an unconventional pick for somewhere like here. Only a couple of vantage points for her to really take advantage of.
The Beckett's mobility is still going to be really strong, even if this is not a map she's seen frequently on.
Oh, Beckett's excellent in the on this map, I feel, because her rotation ability is so strong and she's able to lay out damage high amounts of damage in small areas with a flame cannon, with well placed pistols, and her ultimate. And let's not forget that grenade.
Doing as
Laying out
much.
a lot of damage. It looks like we skipped there. It also looks like they went for the focus build. Possibly. They are building a lot of focus right now with those pistols. Likely going to have their focus up for the next big
Definitely one
team
of our
fight on the
strongest.
wound. Oh, but getting aggressed on by 3 and going to go down.
Stayed a little too long. She had no follow up. She tried to go and protect the Sven, but
They were in their own. They're in their own area now, and Mozu laying some damage in to that Zandora, gonna get the push off of it.
Really good job on that Mosey trying to make sure that Zandora goes down just to make sure.
Yeah, Mozu's strength really lies in single target damage, and they were just outputting enough. They were focusing on one target and one target only, and they were able to take it out and get the push because of it.
And it also just shows the power of like or how strong where you can get the most range out of Mozu's damage.
Yeah, having her in that like middle range area, but going
There's
for
the
the
focus.
wound is TBF, and it looks like they're gonna they are likely going to take it like this, or they won't. They
No,
drop
no,
that, and Zandora is gonna pick up a kill, giving them some shield, and that's they do get it. They do get it right at the end.
very good job. Very good job on their team.
It was sloppy, I will admit, but it did get the job done. But it did cost them the wipe, and they are gonna get that obelisk at sea taken out. I don't
Which
think
is
you're gonna see much more happen off of this. There's
yeah,
not
it's
enough
perfect.
time.
It's perfectly fine if they get the obelisk on there, which is what I was kind of stating earlier. Whenever we got mixed up, that would be the only reason why to put an obelisk on your own point is because you know if they're going to go pressure it or not, and especially during that first clash or first wound point. Um, C is the safer one to go, which an obelisk is not bad. The second one might have been pushing it a little bit unless you have focus to upgrade it, which Mozu has two. HK and Wu have one.
That was a sad miss on that jump pad, but got it the second time. Gonna lay out a lot of damage on that obelisk, but having to retreat is big
Zandora's out of
family.
position. This could be a kill for her.
Yeah, look at that precision. Just the big map just laying in damage. Just so accurate on that Beckett.
Really good job. This is also a very interesting point because this is, I believe, the first time this is a Xbox point of view from any of these matches.
Yeah,
Oh, unfortunately, gets picked right there.
gets
Is she gonna be
pulled,
able to escape
should get
though?
out. Nope, does
Nope,
not get
that's
out. Fortunately,
burn.
HK,
The mortar burns would have killed her anyway.
yeah, does not get out. Mozu
Overcommitting a
really low,
little
but
too hard.
looks like Wu's gonna dive in. Wu does pick up a kill, picks up
Two
two.
kill. Is this going for the third one?
Does
Unfortunately,
not
does.
pick up three, unfortunately, but does way more than we really thought he would. This Imani going for Mozu. They're diving really deep.
They want to try and go for that wound as soon as possible, trying to extend timers, but unfortunately they weren't able to get it. Apparently, Sven doing or not Sven, I'm not sure who that was, but they did a complete 360.
And just, I'm so amazed by Map's precision with these pistols. They're just absolutely on point, just decimating everybody. Getting two instances of shields on there, getting low, but able to hide behind a rock from that Imani. Imani has to retreat, and overall a 2-for-2 exchange, but the big family doesn't come out too bad on that.
Yeah, they got a couple kills out of it. What I'm really curious about is the Amani pick for Sancta or Siren Strand. I actually just realized that just now they're running Amani on this map, and there's not really that good of vantage points for Amani to be able to be safe and pop people off at the same time.
Yeah, there's in Clash is really the only place where you can pop shots on anybody. I guess you can be on D point in Clash, and you can peek out, pop some shots every now and again. And then there's a ledge by the Laren, who which you will know which side you're on, and that will help to determine your team comp. There's a ledge or like a cliff by Laren
It looks like
where
they're going almost trying to get a pick right here.
looks like they're not going to be able to. TBF is low, very low actually. HK staying just way too long right there, loses their life for it.
Now that was a 30 to 50 lead. The upgraded creatures actually getting them those orbs a lot faster. They need to start upgrading their creatures soon, or else they're not gonna they're going to be constantly losing these pushes.
Yeah, the upgraded creatures will in fact capture those power orbs faster and die. Oh, ow! You die just nailing Beckett there, just with those burning shots. Takes out the Beckett, and so far a 2-for-0 exchange in favor of Team Heal.
Yeah, this is going to give Heal the push again. They do what they can to try and be able.
Looks like Mozu took the damage on teleport build. I'm not sure really how effective that's going to be in this scenario, but I guess it won't matter if they die.
It would be very interesting if they were able to actually get these kills off. But it looks like this is going to be another free wound for.
And that
This is
ult's
going
going to
to
zone. It's going to zone the melee off of the Guardian, but it's not going to matter. The wound gets taken, and that brings us to the clash.
The biggest thing that's losing them these pushes right now. I've commented on it before, but it's the fact that they are actually not getting their creatures upgraded. Every time you've seen them use their focus on team fights rather than saving them for the upgrades.
Yeah,
and because of heals.
Oh, go for it.
Oh, sorry. It's like it just seems like it's gonna end up snowballing downhill if they don't start upgrading these creatures a lot faster. They should have been done way before Clash Point.
Yeah, and it looks like they don't really have anyone dedicated to focus using their focus on creatures, and they've been on the defensive pretty much the entire time, putting this obelisk up at sea every time. They just know that they're going to get out pressured by Heal, so they have to put that obelisk up, and they have to use their ults defensively. But taking some damage. See, that's where Imani shines right there, able to just lay shots out uncontested. Wu being the only person that can really do anything about that Imani with no engage really on the side of the big family. They're just gonna sit there and poke and poke and poke, but nothing's really gonna come from it.
They want to try and get as much get control over D again. Trying to just poke out. I'm not sure what that Mosley was shooting at, but not really effective from the long range she was shooting at. It looked like it was a Zandora and an HK. Beckett really out of position right here. It looks like Sven is coming in to try and do some damage.
Pressure on C, and Zandora is just going to lay waste to that Beckett. Wu doing the same to Mozu. Mozu has to teleport under the Guardian again, and they've just been on the back foot this whole time. Mozu
looks like they're
firing at nobody.
Unfortunately, the Team Heal was able to get the orb off of C to give them this push. And this, I don't want to start saying it now, but it could be the end of the game right here.
If the big family plays it absolutely perfectly, they could defend. Beckett does have a focus. It may only be one, but it is a lot of damage when combined with that grenade and cannon. An unupgraded cannon, though, only level 8, choosing to prioritize that last. Getting pulled is Beckett, and a lot of damage going on this Guardian. And it looks like 2 kills go the way of the big family. Almost 3. But unfortunately, they do get 3. That's a successful defense.
Really cutting it really close right there. Yeah. All 4 of them down. Amani's in a bad spot right now. They need to go ahead and take that D control.
Are you clenched? I'm pretty clenched after that one.
This is definitely definitely going to be a clutch game if they were able to make a comeback out of this.
If they can take out this Amani, but
they weren't able to do it in time. Everybody's still up.
The rest of the team is back, and they're going to just take out this obelisk and probably have to retreat.
The Amani should have been a lot close. The Amani was probably out of range to hit that Guardian, which is what cost them that push, I feel. If Amani was able to get into range, it wouldn't have hurt her to be up close to be able to get those shots.
That was just so much damage being laid out into that Beckett, and they're going to turn and focus on that A, that Cerberus. They're going to take it down, gain a huge power advantage.
Their only upgraded creature at that point. They're going to get that point. They're going to collect the orb, and that's going to be game right there.
Absolutely. An admirable defense on the side of the big family, but just unable to really be the aggressors in any situation. They were always on the back foot the entire game, and I'm going to chalk that up to no real engage or counter engage in their team comp.
Yeah, they had no way of answering the calls to what they had. They honestly, we didn't go over their team comp, but you could see that was they had a really their team comp was really off the wall. It seems like
It was too ranged focused for a map like this, where you have these tight corridors, you have these corners where you can catch people out. And unfortunately, the only real way to catch anybody out that they had was a woo. And they just could not execute. They had too many people diving on them all the time. So that was